Hello guys, welcome to the Selenium training. This is Anshul Chauhan from easybix.com, and today we are going to discuss about how we can skip the test in TestNG. So let's have a look at high level agenda. So the very first thing we will see skip test in TestNG. What is the need to skip the test? Then we will see how we can disable the test in TestNG at execution. And then we see through runtime skip execution in TestNG. So let's start with the very first thing. So why we need to skip the test? What is the feature of skipping the test? So in TestNG you have the facility to skip the test. Suppose you have 5 tests and you want to execute only 3 tests or only 4 tests, and you want to execute the 5th one, or you want to execute any 2 of them, or you want to execute any 4 of them, then you can do that easily in TestNG. There is no limitations. Like if you have all 5 tests in a single class and you are executing that class using the TestNG class, using the TestNG test, then it doesn't mandatory that it will execute all 5 tests. If you want to skip anything, if you want to skip any test which is not mandatory, then you can skip that. So practically we can see, suppose you are preparing some test script, and you have write down all the test scripts in a single class. Like you are preparing a test script for Facebook profile page, and you have mentioned the test case about edit profile, update profile, profile verification. So you have 3 tests in that particular test class, and now you want to execute only one test for the debugging purpose. Suppose you want to execute only update profile test. Then in that case, if this skip feature is missing in testing framework, then it will execute all 3 tests, which is a wasting of time. So that's why in TestNG we have a facility to skip the test. We can skip the test in TestNG at runtime. So the very first thing how we can do that is using enable equals to false. So let's see how we can do this. So let me open my Eclipse. What there is this? Okay. So here I have a test project. Okay. So today first we will create a package inside it so that we can keep our data safe. So package is about TestNG, because we are looking into the skip test. So we will create a class, skip test class. Okay, skip test, that's it. Okay, so we have seen in the previous videos how we can create the tests in TestNG. So suppose we are creating 3 tests in TestNG. Public void first test, and simply we are putting some kind of print statement over here. In future we will see how we can integrate the TestNG with Selenium. So when we will use, or when we will record the video, or when we will see the video of Selenium, then we will see how we can use Selenium efficiently in our testing frameworks. This is my first test. Similarly we will create 2 more, one and one more, and name it second test, SEC1 second test, and name it third test, PHI third test. Change the method as well, change the text as well. So we have 3 methods in my test class. So to execute these methods as a test, we need to annotate the method with the test annotations. Okay, it's a case sensitive. Groovy transformation. Let me check. Okay, I did a mistake here. Actually I chose the wrong class path. Sorry, wrong workspace. Let me switch to my workspace. Actually this is particular workspace what I have driven for Groovy experiments. So let me switch my workspace to TestNG one, because the particular TestNG is not this is the TestNG tutorial. This is the project what we have seen, what we was editing in last classes. You can see I have the TestNG library inside it. Using the same way I will create another package. test ng and create a class skip test. I will put my all methods inside this. Okay, what we need to do, we need to import the test ng annotations. Put @test over here as well, declare it as a test, and @test over here. So now we have 3 tests in that particular class. So let me execute it to make it confirm. So we have seen how we can execute the test class in test ng using the test ng test. So you can see 3 tests, 0 failure, 0 escape. We can see the result. Test ng skip class, first test got passed, second got passed, and third got passed. All the tests are marked with the green signature. Now we need to do what we need to do. Suppose we have a scenario where we need to skip the first test or skip the second test and run rest of the test of the same class. So how we can do that? So this @test annotation, this annotation can accept a lot of number of parameters. So how we can we have the same way to supply the parameter. We will put the bracket and we will put to supply the skip parameter, we need enable equals to false. Just a minute, enable equal to false, enabled equal to false. Okay, so here we have declared, okay, this test method enabled equal to false, it means it is enabled at a runtime. When test ng will execute that particular test class at runtime, test ng will skip this particular test, it will not execute this test. So you can see in the last run we was getting the message, this is my first test, this is my second test, this is my third test. It means all my 3 tests was executed. So let me execute once more after putting the enabled equals to false. So you can see only 2 tests run. It has skipped the second test. I am getting the output for the first one and for the third one. You can see in the test ng class as well. Here it is mentioned only 2 tests. The second test is missing. Okay, so this is the way how we can skip the test using the enabled equal to false at a runtime. So please remember, because I need to show some difference in that particular enabled and throw exceptions. So please remember the result in test ng. Here I am getting only 2 tests inside my results. Okay, the second test which was disabled or which was enabled equals to false is completely missing in my report. Okay, using the same way you can disable any test. Suppose in that case I am executing only the first one. So once I will execute it, it will execute only the single test of my test ng class. You can see only single test run. In the report we can see first test got run only. Okay, so this is the one way how we can skip the test in the test ng. Okay, so let's come to our second way, using the skip exception. This is the another way to skip the test case at a runtime. Okay, how we can do that? So suppose we have again 3 tests. I have removed that enabled equal to false from these tests. Okay, just keep it here. We have kept it on the third test, so it will skip at the runtime and the rest of the 2 will be executed. But if you want to skip the test using the skip exception, in that case you need to declare it like this: throws new escape exception, and here you need to declare your message. So what it will do, it will execute the test. Yeah, it's throw. It will execute the test. It will come to this line. It will see, okay, it is throwing a skip execution. So it will check the exception at runtime. It will check the exception at runtime, throw the exception at runtime, and skip that particular test. Okay. For your clarification, you can put your message over here, like declare your message. So let us see how we can do that. So we will execute the same class again. we can see 2 tests run, 1 failure, 1 skip. Have you remembered the last report? When this skip was not there, suppose we have only 2 tests and I am skipping the third one using the enabled equal to false. So please check this one, the particular pane, that pane in console. So execute it again. So you can see I am getting 0 in skipped. But I am getting only 2 tests in the run class because we have only 2 tests. With the third test, at the rate annotations, I have a test enabled equal to false. In that case, using the second way, I am throwing exception at runtime. I am skipping the test case at runtime using the skip exception. So, and I will again execute it, and you will see the difference. Here I am getting a single test in the skipped one. So why I am getting the single in a skip one, and why using the enabled equal to false I can also skip the test case was I was not getting the same test in the report. You can see in the report as well. Here that particular test is marked with the yellow sign, which we have never seen in the previous one. In the previous one, the whole test case was removed from that report. So why I am getting these differences? We are getting these differences because of the annotations. TestNG read these annotations first. TestNG, you have seen TestNG is working on the base of the annotations. So it find 3 tests with the @test annotations, but with the single at the annotations, it is find enabled equal to false at a compile time as well. So it has exclude that particular test completely. But with the case of throw new skip exception, it has found 2 tests, but a single test is throwing a exception. It means test is executed, but it is throwing a skip exception. That's why the test is being skipped at runtime. So in actual it has executed 2 tests because we have all the methods enabled, all the test annotations enabled. That's why we are getting these tests in the skip test, and we are getting these in the report as well. So now we can discuss why we use this. What is the case where we can use this? Okay, and what about the exception message? So you can see in the previous one we was not getting this skip exception log. This was missing, but at this time we was getting the skip exception log, and we are getting our custom message as well. Declare your message. Okay, so suppose we can use that particular functionality of TestNG. There are a lot of scenarios. There are a lot of business scenarios to use this particular functionality. But for example, we can take one like in your application you have 5 test cases. With every test case you have attached some kind of info, like okay, you have obviously in some kind of application login is mandatory. So we will put login test case as a mandatory test case, and we will check the result. If login test case is returning true, then the test will be executed. Either it is returning false, then test should be skipped. So we can put the condition over here, like if login equals to, suppose we have a method with the login and it is returning true. Suppose it is returning true, then that particular test script should execute. Else the test should be skipped. Suppose we have a method login and it is returning a boolean value. So if the login is successful, then it is returning a true. If the login is unsuccessful, then it is returning false. And we have designed our test case in a way like if login is successful, then execute all the test which is written inside the if clause. Else throw the exception, skip exception, and skip the test case. So for the time being, I have hard code some value over here. Like I have hard code if it is, suppose I am getting a false over here, and here I am declaring some kind of custom message, login failed. So failed. Then I will execute this test class, run as TestNG. So you can see very clearly I am getting the message login failed. So using this way, you can see here as well, if you will click on it, you will see the error here, login failed. Using this way, this is just a sample program. So but this makes sense in the real life as well. So using this way you can clearly indicate, you can clearly find out the reason why my test case are getting skipped. So this is the message which is expressed itself. Okay, I am the error, I'm the failed condition. So here we will mention our the condition, or here we will mention our the exception or the error message, and this is our condition. So using this way you can use skip exception, and we have already seen the way use of enabled equal to false. So this is the way how you can skip the test case in the test-ng. So thank you guys, thanks for your time. So if you have any query, if you have any doubt using the current video, then you can please put your questions in the comment, and we will be happy to answer you. If you like the video, then please press the like button and share my video. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.